ICM 135th Goulash Cannon. Part 6, Diorama and Final Thoughts. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, hello, my name's Chris. This is Rusty Plastic, where I try and turn plastic rusty basically with weathering techniques and other things. So part 6, we got to finish it this week because I'm getting bored of this one. I want to move on to something else. If you haven't seen the previous 5 episodes, then can I suggest you go to my channel, because they're all there, and there are some really nice techniques in there. And while you're there, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Right, onto the diorama. It's just going to be a really simple scene because there's so much going on with the figures and the truck itself. So just a piece of expanded polystyrene insulation board, and then onto that I'm using sculptamold, which is like it's fibres mixed with plaster of Paris, and I've just mixed some water in with that, and then laying it on the board to make an edge to a road, and then there'll be like a meadow on the other side. You see, for once I'm wearing gloves, because some of you may know I always forget to wear them. I'm trying to get it sort of raised on this side, and then on the other side I'll try and get it as flat as possible, because there's going to be a lot of there's 4 figures to stand on it and all their accessories, so I need it quite flat on this other side. Once that's dry, I come in with some acrylic mud paste from Ammo MIG, and just spreading that around. This is a nice textured paint, really. You can see how it's wrecked my brush. Just covering the middle, the road surface. I'm trying to aim for like a chalky road on this one, with a few stones and a bit of gravel. But that's my idea, but you'll see how I go about that a bit later on. Before that's dry, I just come through and sprinkle some sand and some gravel and all sorts of bits and pieces onto the surface, just to give it a bit of variety and texture, which you'll see in a minute. Okay, so once the road surface is dry, we can move on to the grass. Now it's been a long time since I've done any static grass work, so I'm using PVA glue, and I haven't got one of these fancy new static grass applicators, so I'm still using a fly killer and tea strainer concoction that I made myself. Works okay. You just have to be careful you don't zap yourself with it, but it works really well. It's important that when you use it, that you keep the metal pin in the wet bit, and then shake the tea strainer with the grass in over the bit that's obviously got the wet glue. So right, there you go. So there's the really dangerous pin that you stick in the wet glue, and then you shake the grass through the tea strainer. What I like to do afterwards is, while the tea strainer is still charged, I put it down over the grass and it makes it stand up how it should. You see me just doing that there. And then you have to earth the pin to the tea strainer just to get rid of all the charge. I've mixed a variety of lengths of static grass. So I think it's sort of 6mm and 3mm, something like that, just to get a bit of variety over the meadow. So there you go, that's the meadow side, if you like. It looks a bit patchy, but that's only because it's onto the white sculptamold. It'll be much better once it's all painted. So now I'll move on to the smaller left hand side. Some more glue, and I've sort of got the hang of it by now, so I worked out what I was doing. Okay, now for the really scary bit. So everything now gets primed in black surface primer, and I've used the new one from VMS, which is absolutely amazing. You just tip it into the airbrush and off you go. It's the perfect consistency for spraying. It gives a really nice coverage, and I can't speak more highly about it. I need to get some more colours. I've only got the black one, but it really is good. So everything gets a coat. I mean everything, and you just think, will I ever get it back from this? But well, you'll see later. When I say everything got a coat of black primer. It just makes you start from a level playing field, basically. Okay, let's get on to the painting. So I started with Portland stone, and it was okay as a sort of base coat, but it was a bit green really for me. So I did a further coat of deck tan over the top. I think my paint was slightly too thin because it took an awful lot of coats to cover it. but it came out right. So that's the road done. It looks really good. That's with the deck tan over it as well, so it's a nice pale sort of chalky track, which is what I was after. I painted the edge of the road and any protruding bits of earth that didn't have any grass on it with a brown, and then moved on to the grass. And for the grass I'm using a Vallejo German camouflage bright green, which is a nice bright green colour. So it's a nice vibrant sort of spring meadow, and giving this a really good coverage. There you go, it's worked quite well. I went over and did some highlights with a sort of lime green, and I think that looks really nice. Okay, on to some details now. I think you saw this in the last series I did. Just going through and painting the stones. The stones are tiny bits of cork, so this just gives them a bit of variety, makes them stand out. It's various greys and browns and sandy colours. It's a nice therapeutic and relaxing job, this one. It didn't take too long actually. Just going through, mix them up, keep it completely random, and then we'll move on. Okay, need some leaves. So I'm using real leaves. They've been dried in the oven, don't tell my wife. And then using a leaf cutter to cut them out. That way it makes it really nice and realistic. And these are just going to be in the gutter. Just a few scattered around. I didn't use too many. It's just to add a bit of interest. Here they are being stuck on PVA glue, just a very small amount. And then carefully pick one up at a time with a pair of tweezers and put it on the glue. Try and get them lying as naturally as you can, so that it looks like they've fallen off the tree and not stuck in funny angles. So here we go. Pick one up, put one down. I'll put some dandelions in the small bank on the far side. And then here comes the truck, just going to super glue it in. And then we're nearly ready to show some pictures. Okay, so it's the truck in place. You can see that I've put a lot of the accessories in there. Don't forget, because I bought them in separate kits, the figures and the truck, I got an awful lot of stuff that I had to make use of. But there you go. I think you'll agree it's come out really nicely. Really happy with it. Thoroughly enjoyed making it. And yeah, I think it's come up all right. The chef there making his sausages. There's a guy with a jerry can, bloke chopping wood, and a guy peeling spuds. So there you go, just a few close-ups for you, just the finished thing. Sorry about my messy bench. He's come out really nicely. They all have actually. So I'm chuffed to bits with it. Really pleased with how it's come out. Let me know in the comments how you think I got on. So there you go, that's the end of that one. I still haven't decided what I'm doing next. I've got it down to 2, so feel free to vote down in the comments, but it's going to be either a Grant Mark 1 tank or the new Mini Arts German troop carrying truck. So just put tank or truck down in the comments, and I'll build whichever you want me to, basically. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot. Bye.